I'm just calling to tell you I love you. That's all.
What's this?
I'm just telling you, Tokwe, I'm just telling you I love you. Hi everyone, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on the part of the world that you're all watching from. I want to say welcome again to another episode of Book Banyan. Today we are going to be continuing from where we stopped last week. Remember, we said we're going to do the part 2 of the 10 principles of boundaries. So we're going to be talking about the remaining 4 of the 10 principles of boundaries, and we are also going to be talking about how to build healthy boundaries. But before we go there today, I have a little bit of a surprise for you people. So I was watching something on YouTube in the course of the week some times ago, and I think specifically Zion Culture, YouTube of Zion Culture, you can just check them out. So I saw a scenario where they said it's difficult for brothers to say to a fellow brother, or for a guy to say to a fellow guy, I love you, and they get a response. I can tell you, the responses were amazing, as in hilarious. Where you tell a guy will tell a fellow guy, oh bro, I love you, and the guy was like, are you okay up there? So I said, let's bring it home in the spirit of celebrating International Women's Day. Let me call some of my friends, the ladies, and tell them I love them. And let's hear what they're going to say. Yeah, so just I will dial their number. Hopefully they'll pick. If they're able to pick, we'll just do a few conversation and I'll tell them I love them. You guys should pray for me, fingers crossed. All right, let's go. A quick background. I'm going to be calling my friends from 2 different locations. The one from Nigeria, let me hear. They're going to ask me, okay, something wrong with you? Are you okay? Or they're going to tell me, oh, babe, we love you back. Then some of my friends in the UK, let me just see it, you know, what their reaction would be. So, friend number 2. Hey, Miss Alabim Beam.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Okay, I just said that it's been a minute that I called you, and I'm just saying I'm just telling you that I love you.
I love you too.
Why are you saying I love you too? Why are you sounding like that? I mean, like, I love you.
I love you too, my sister, my dearest sister that
God
gave to me. Thank you. A sister from another mother. I love you so much.
Thank you for loving me too. Thank you for not folding my hand. Bye. So one, I love you. Let's go. Let me call my sister. The most troublesome of them all. Whispering. I don't have plenty of friends, but okay. Let me call this person. Yeah, babe. How far? How you doing now?
I'm gentle. How far?
Actually, we're gentle. I do. Are you at work? Oh, are you on break or something? Oh, okay. Nothing. I'm just calling to tell you I love you. That's all.
What's this?
I'm just telling you, Tokwe, I'm just telling you I love you, and the best you can do is to tell me back. Okay, let's say 1-1. I got 1, I love you, and I got another kilo chili. So let me try one more person. One more. Goodness gracious, girl. Okay. One more person. Okay. Okay, she's not picking up. Let me get somebody else. Let me try to move my friend in the UK. Oh goodness. It's not easy to get I love you now. Wow. So this is friend number 4, right? Let's hear what she has to say. Hello, Diola. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, no. How is work? How is family? How are my girls? I'm just calling to tell you I love you.
I love you too.
I am a good girl. Oh, thank you for telling me you love me. Nice one. Take care of you. Bye.
Bye.
So I've gotten 3 I love yous out of 5. It's not bad. Okay, do we then agree to the fact that ladies are more expressive of their love towards one another compared to the guys? My sister is the only one that is just, I don't know what to call her right now. How can you say you love someone and she say kilo sheni? Like, God. But I mean, yeah, it's to will I say we can now agree that ladies are more expressive of their love to one another. So to all women out there, I want to tell you, keep loving yourself, keep showing up for yourself, keep standing up for fellow women out there as we celebrate International Women's Day today. Okay, let me call one more person, then let me call one more person, then we can go right into our remaining book review for the day. Hello? Yeah, Prom, how you doing? Okay, good to hear that. I'm just calling to tell you I love you.
Hey, thank you, ma.
Is that what you would say? Is that all you will say? Want to tell me you love me back?
Oh, I love you back too, ma.
No, like, say it not because I said it. Like, promise,
So
I love
you. Ask for it now.
So, promise, yeah, I'm just calling to tell you I love you.
Thank you, ma. Let me enjoy my own first. Let me soak it in. Before...
So, how long will you take for you to reply me and tell me you love me?
It's been a while. Let me soak it in. I don't know what I love.
Does anything have to happen for me to tell you I love you?
Okay. It's just... Okay, I love you too, ma.
No, not okay. I love you too, ma. I don't get. Like, it's just, I love you. Promise, bye. I don't want to see you on my phone again. Guys, no, right now, I'm giving up on the I love you thing. But I mean, ladies out there, women out there, here's an opportunity to wish you happy International Women's Day. Keep thriving, keep pushing the boundaries, keep raising the bar, and do not forget to tell the fellow woman, and not just telling a fellow woman, do not forget to show a fellow woman that you love them. Indeed, not just in words, but indeed. Go all out there, reach out to someone, and make their life better in whatever way you can. So let's just go right into the remaining 4 principles of boundaries. Like I did the last time, I have them written down and I will just be reading it out, the paraphrase version that I have. Okay, so I remember last week I spoke about the law of sowing and reaping. Allow people to see the consequence of their action. Do not shield them away from it. The law of responsibility, let them take responsibility for their life. We are responsible to people and not for them. The law of power, you only have power over your choices, your actions. You don't have power over other people's life. I also spoke about the law of respect. As much as you want people to respect your boundaries, you should also respect other people's boundaries, irrespective of who they are. No matter how young or old they are, you should respect their boundaries. And I also spoke about the law of motivation. Setting boundary or saying yes to people should not be triggered by fear, by guilt. It should rather be in love, because I love you and I'm willing to make room for you. I'm willing to shift my ground on certain things for you. And remember, you don't have to hurt yourself in order to please other people. So I'm just going to be talking, I think I spoke about the law of evaluation as well. Yes, I spoke about the law of evaluation. Review those boundaries. Are they necessary? How effective is the boundary? Keep tweaking things. It doesn't have to be perfect at once. Keep making adjustments till you're able to see the progress that you desire. So today I'm going to be talking about the law of proactivity. Instead of being reactive, responding only when problems arise, rather take proactive steps to maintain and set boundaries in a way that prevent future issues. Don't wait for things to happen to you and you're not reacting to it. Emphasize it and begin to set boundaries so that it will prevent future occurrence of such problems. I don't know if that is clear enough. If you want to know more about these principles, please check the link below. Grab this book. If you can order it, if you want a physical copy, you can get it from Amazon. Order this book and read it. I promise you, you won't regret buying it. You won't regret reading it. It will be worth your time. Okay, the next law is the law of envy. Envy keeps you focused on what others have instead of taking responsibility for what you need to change in your own life. Instead of being jealous, take action and improve your situation. Should I say it again? Yes. Instead of being jealous, take action and improve your situation. I came up with something recently. There's a saying that the grass always appears greener on the other side. The truth of the matter is, my own opinion, the grass sometimes is greener on the other side. But instead of looking at other people's, ask them, how did you do it? How did you come about this? How were you able to achieve this? How do I come in? Can you help me? Can you mentor me? If not to mentor, can you advise me on how to do it? So instead of being jealous about others, sister, brother, improve on yourself. It's also part of setting boundaries on your life. Somebody shout hallelujah. Sorry. So the next law, the law of activity. You must take initiative in setting boundaries. Passive people often feel victimized because they don't assert themselves. Taking responsibility for your need is crucial. If you're passive with your need, if you don't voice out, if you don't say it, people will not know where it hurts. So when you set boundaries, you have to be assertive. You have to, I understand you're angry, but I will appreciate it if you do not speak to me in that manner ever again. I understand this and this has happened, but I will appreciate it if you do not raise your voice at me again. I was talking to a colleague recently at work, and I was so happy with the way she graciously received that feedback. My normal self before now, instead of speaking with that person, I'd rather just ignore the person, avoid the person, so that the person will not speak to me in that particular manner. But I was able to call her attention to it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This is even in Nigeria, nuts." I was like, "Okay, this is new." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking at it in that way." Oh, and I said, "I'm so glad you are able to take this. That's why I had to bring it out to you, just so that you're aware of this and all of that." I make mistakes when it comes to communicating my feelings, but that's story for another day. All right, but you need to be assertive. You need to be active in your own life. You cannot allow people to push you around, all in the name of, oh, she's accommodating. And when you can't take it anymore, you now burst out in anger, or you overreact at that time because you've been piling things up. To know more, read the book. Okay, the last law, the 10 out of the 10 principles of boundaries, the last one says the law of exposure. Boundaries must be communicated clearly and openly. Hidden and unspoken boundaries lead to confusion and resentment in relationship. You need to say it out. You need to communicate it as well and as much and as often as you need to. You don't need to assume that people will understand. There is a saying that assumption is the lowest level of wisdom. Say it out. Don't assume that they know. Don't assume that they should understand. Yes, they should understand, but now they don't understand. Say it out. Explain yourself in the best possible ways that you can. Explain it. Okay, I hope this 10 laws trust me, these cannot totally do justice to that book. You still need to read the book. All right, so I said I would be sharing with us ways to build healthy boundaries. That's the third section of the book that spoke about resistance to boundary. Now, the first thing that happens when you're trying to set boundaries is there will be resistance. There will be internal resistance, there will be external resistance. Internal resistance, you start feeling guilty. You're doubting yourself. Is it really necessary? Do I really need it? It's okay to feel that way, but don't stop there. Don't give up. Set the boundaries anyway. There will be external resistance from people. But you used to take this before now. What is wrong with you? Your own is even too much. Why? You have changed. They will come around over time. They will come around. I have some of my friends that, especially this particular one, that will say, but now she will just say, Shebi is you. Most of the time, we major on the minor and we minor on the major. I heard this quote recently also from Deep Dive Podcast. If you're not following that podcast, story for another day. Go to YouTube, check Deep Dive Podcast. It will bless you, trust me. So most of the time we realize that because we don't set boundaries, because we don't prioritize what is important to us, we major on the minor and we minor on the major. But when you set boundaries, the things that are important to you, you have more time for those things and you are happier. You are not resentful. You're not angry. You don't feel wasted because boundaries are in place. And you don't you don't overstep your boundaries. So that way you don't get to offend people. Always, you're just always stepping on toes because you don't keep your boundaries and you don't respect other people's boundaries. So first and foremost, there will be resistance, okay? Internally, externally, but don't give up. Remember, there is a goal, there is an end. That is what you should keep pushing at. Boundaries encourage perseverance. Suggestion that face resistance indicate cut this part off. Okay. Now, the next thing is how do you measure success in boundaries? And I would like to say this, that when we say you set boundaries, it does not mean it will be perfected at once. No. So don't expect perfection. Expect to see improvement in the way you live your life. Expect to see some level of effectiveness in your life or in your relationship or ships, whatever relationship that you find yourself in. Okay, so it will help you to self-reflect, to assess progress, and advocate for celebrating incremental victories. Okay, then the final part also shows example of what a typical day will look like for someone that have set boundaries. You can imagine you're waking up because there was no plan, there was no boundary. Somebody just barged into your house and what's the name now, without offending anybody? Rachel, how are you? How you doing? You know what? I was just on my way to town center and I just need somebody to follow me there. I will need a second opinion on this issue. And you went there, you went to town center. Oh, have you had breakfast? And you say, oh no, you're the one that came to take me from the house. And say, you know what, let's go have breakfast in that place. And you go for breakfast. After the breakfast, you know what, let's go this way. Before you know it, half of your day is gone. With breakfast, they have used you to achieve all the things that they need to achieve for their day. My sister, set boundaries. Okay? If you want to know more about this book, I suggest you just read this review. It's just to, give you an expectation while you're reading the book. Click on the link below, get the book, sit down and read it. You cannot continue the same way you have been doing in those previous years. We need to live life purposefully. Okay? The Bible says, teach us to number our days that we might apply our arts, okay, to wisdom. Okay? So you need to be deliberate. You need to set boundaries. You need to live a life that will glorify God, and you yourself will be happy with such life. Thank you very much for listening. Until I come your way again sometimes next week, keep thriving. Read a book, read a page, read a paragraph, read a chapter, read a line. Just a word is okay. But whatever you do, make sure you're reading something. See ya.